Hello everyone, this is Pokemon TCG Pocket. Let's catch up on some stuff that we've missed since the weekend. Alright, so we actually received some new news. It's the Cresselia EX drop event. So I'm filming this later in the day, but it's going to be pushed up for this video. This is an event that's going on right now, typical of any other drop event. However, I will say I am a little disappointed with the card because it's not a pretty full art illustration like the other cards that we've received in the past. But it is an EX card, so better than having a non-EX card, I guess. Especially if you haven't pulled a Cresselia. I haven't pulled a normal Cresselia or an EX Cresselia or a full art that I'm chasing. But that's besides the point. This is the card that you can get if you participate in the EX drop event happening today, starting right now. And the other cards that you can get is the Turtwig, Electivire, Mischievous, and the Skarmory, aka the Skarmory. And I'm pretty sure the rates are the same as they've been in the previous events, so I'm wishing you all good luck that you get at least 2 copies of the Cresselia, because it is very heartbreaking when the event is done and you only grabbed 1 card. For the Lapras one, I was really lucky. I got a ton of Lapras cards, but I think it was for the Venusaur I only got 1, maybe. Blastoise I got at least 2 copies, so hopefully for this one I'll get 2 Cresselia EXs, and then maybe I could start using it since I don't have one, and I don't really have a Psychic deck right now. To be honest, I don't know if the cards that I have are enough to make a playable deck for Space Time. So I'm still playing my Genetic Apex deck and my Mythical Island deck, which in terms of like gameplay battle, I don't know if that's even interesting for people. However, I have gotten people that have expressed interest in watching me do the solo battles, step-up battles, or the promo battles. So I will film that and we'll see how that goes. I already filmed the solo step-up battles for the Space Time, but now that we have the Cresselia EX drop event, I got quite a bit on my plate now. I'm gonna film this, and yeah, I'm sorry in advance, it's gonna be the old deck. So none of those like new fancy schmancy cards that are out. But yeah, what does everyone think? Are you guys excited for this? The ability is Lunar Plumage. So whenever you attach an energy from your energy zone to this Pokemon, it will heal 20 damage from this Pokemon. And then the attack is Psychic Flash, which requires 2 psychic energies and 1 normal type energy. And as always, as previous events have been, this will be sticking around for 2 weeks. So you got 2 weeks to farm your promo packs and hopefully get all the cards that you need. So in my previous video, I mentioned, why did they give the trade tokens on the same day as the Space Time? Yada yada blah blah. And then I was like, oh, maybe because it allowed us to use those trade tokens to trade with Space Time cards. However, I totally forgot. So thanks to you guys. But I totally forgot that you actually cannot trade Space Time cards. So that was my bad, a little mistake from the previous video. But it is the new month. It is February, which means a lot of things has reset in the game. The store resetted, the premium pass resetted, which means there's a new promo card. There is a new card for this month that you could pick up as a premium pass member. So I did not pick up mine yet because I wanted to do this together with you guys on camera. So let's pick it up together and let's talk a little bit about the card and some details of the card as well. So in terms of the aesthetics for this month's premium missions, it is very dark themed. It is Darkrai, as you can see over here. Really gloomy looking, but you know what? I'm not mad. Like, it's nice. I like it. Let's take a close-up of this one. You see Dialga, Palkia on the back. Doesn't seem like there's any other Pokemon in there. So that's the cover. We've got the backdrop over here. So the backdrop looks like this with the Space and Time legendary Pokemon on the bottom there. And let's see over here. This is the playmat, which also features Palkia and Dialga. Dialga looks like it's jumping, but it's actually on a rock that is just very light in color. So at first I was like, why is he just jumping in the air like that? And here we've got it. This is the card. When I saw this, I was like, oh my god, it's so cute. We've got the Drifloon over there. We got the Chimchar, the Turtwig. I think it's Turtwig. I think that's what it's called. I forget. And of course, the star of the show, the Piplup. So cute. We got the berries over there, and we got a Banary at the very back. Now if you look at the picnic setting, you will see that there are berries, as I mentioned, and Poffins, because in the mainline games for Diamond and Pearl, you play as Dawn if you pick the female character, and in the anime, Dawn is an aspiring coordinator and she joins Ash on his journey, but her Pokemon is Piplup, and she joins these competitions, and in these competitions there's certain categories. So in the game, from what I remember, because that was like my favorite part of the games for Diamond and Pearl, was entering these competitions. And there's different categories like cool, smart, beauty, cute, and certain Pokemon have greater affinity to different types. So some Pokemon are more cool while other are more smart. And fun fact for the beauty category, so there's this Pokemon called Melodic, but the pre-evolved form is Feebas, and Feebas was regarded as such an ugly Pokemon, okay? Like truly so ugly that people cannot even bear look at it. But as you max out the beauty points in game and then level it up, it will become a beautiful Melodic. So typical story of ugly duckling. And honestly, I feel like everyone kind of has like that phase in their life where people like to call it a glow up. So yeah, that was like Feebas's glow up. But in the games, you make something called Poffins, and with these Poffins, you feed them to your Pokemon and it'll increase that stat for either cool, smart, beauty, cute, etc. And in these competitions, there's a visual part where your Pokemon will get ranked on just how beautiful or how smart they are. And you can increase your chance of winning in that category by feeding your Pokemon some Poffins. And you make Poffins from using berries, and making Poffins was like very fun. It was a mini game inside the game, and that was just so much fun. So collecting berries, growing berries, picking the berries, and then turning those berries into Poffins. That was one of my favorite moments from the games in Diamond and Pearl. And I was so sad when they took that away for the other games. But that is a little tidbit. When I look at this picture, I think back of those moments where I would collect berries, make Poffins, join competitions. And when you win those competitions, you also get beautiful ribbons, and those ribbons are really cute. And I really enjoyed watching Diamond and Pearl when I was younger because you follow Dawn, and she's an aspiring coordinator. She's joining these competitions, and you see that in the early part, she doesn't take too much preparation in terms of training her Pokemon or just practicing with them before joining a competition. And yes, sometimes she may win, but then she quickly gets humbled as well when she meets competitors who really put in the hard sweat and work to train with their Pokemon. And I think it's those moments that really show her that she can't be lazy when it comes to things. And I feel like we all have those moments when we were younger. Maybe you were the smartest in your class until you move up a grade or you go to college or university, and you're quickly humbled because even though you were smartest in your class before, you now find yourself in a situation where you're in a group of people where they were also the smartest in their class. But on top of being naturally smart, they put in the work, they do the study, they do the revisions with themselves, and they're better than you. And that quickly humbles you to do better for yourself. You may want to have that moment where you're like, oh my god, what's wrong with me? Until you realize there's nothing really wrong with you. You're just lazy and you don't want to put in the work. So you see Dawn evolve as a young girl. And yeah, I really enjoyed that anime. That was a season I watched the most in the entire anime series of Pokemon. And every now and then I still can remember the opening theme song for Diamond and Pearl as well. But yeah, this card has a special place in my heart and I love it. So much better than last month's card. What was up with last month's card? I wonder if they received so much negative feedback about last month's Moltres card that they decided, yeah, maybe we should start doing like nice cards again, because this was January's card. So what a way to start the year. A Moltres EX. Like, what the heck? But let's catch up on some other news. 2 days ago, Pokemon TCG Pocket on their X Twitter, I call it Twitter, I'm just gonna call it Twitter. On their Twitter, they released this statement regarding trading. So let's take a look at it together. So I'm gonna read this all out loud. So, trading feature update. Since releasing the first iteration of the trading feature a few days ago, we have received a large number of comments. Thank you all for sharing your feedback. The item requirement and restrictions implemented for the trading feature were designed to prevent abuse from bots and other prohibited actions using multiple accounts. Our goal was to balance the game while maintaining a fair environment for all players and preserving the fun of collecting cards that is core to the Pokemon TCG Pocket experience. Thanks to your feedback, we understand that some of the restrictions put in place are preventing players from being able to casually enjoy the features as intended. We are actively addressing ways to improve this feature to address these concerns. Going forward, we also plan to offer multiple ways to obtain trade tokens, including through event distributions. As always, thank you for being a part of the Pokemon TCG Pocket community. I like that they were able to kind of come back to us, to the community, and tell us that, basically telling us that they've heard what everyone has been saying. So they start off by acknowledging that they are aware of the comments going on about trading. And then they go on explaining what the initial intention was with the items and restrictions that were put in place for trading, which makes a lot of sense. I think a lot of people understood that the items and such were ways so that people can't really abuse the trading system. I think people's concerns definitely were not that there were these restrictions and requirements in place, but just really how expensive it is. So you see them address that by saying that they are going to be offering multiple ways to obtain those trade tokens, which is really good to hear. And they say event distribution. So I'm wondering, is it like the Wonder Pick events? Is it going to be future solo drop EX battles? I'm hoping that they also add it into premium, because then I feel it kind of makes it more worthwhile to have a premium pass. Maybe enough tokens during your premium pass of the month so that you can trade at least a 1-star. Maybe that's a little too much to ask for, but I think maybe they'll do like enough to trade a 3-diamond rarity card, but I would be more happy with a 1-diamond, because as a collector, and as they state that since collecting is the core part of the game, as a collector, I want to collect all the 1-star and above cards if I can, without spending too much gold. I did spend money on the Mythical Island booster pack that was released. I didn't spend a lick of gold. Well, I had to spend like 1 to open a 10 pack. I didn't like spend any additional money just to open the space-time packs, is what I'm saying. So if they were to add trade tokens to the premium pass items that you can get for the month, I would be very, very happy with that. But what do you guys think? What could they do better moving forward? What are you hoping to see now, knowing that they've released this statement? And are you happy with this statement? Are you satisfied? Personally, for me, I am quite satisfied, because they acknowledged that we were talking about it. They made it clear what their initial intention was, and also understanding what it is that people were complaining about, which is kind of the trade token aspect of it. They understood exactly how limiting it was for certain players when it comes to being able to enjoy this feature, which is addressed in the 3rd paragraph, which I appreciate as well. And then they give solutions for future things that they will be implementing. So to me, this is pretty well structured, and I'm pretty content with it. But if there's anything I'm missing, or if you guys have other feelings about it, do share that in the comment section, because I'm always open to hearing everyone's sides and just understanding a little bit more about what people feel about this. So let's move on some fun stuff. Let's open some packs. We are going to do Dialga, Palkia, and then in 3 hours from now, when my 3rd pack is available, we will open another Palkia pack. But let's do Dialga. Let's see whether or not... I was not too lucky on the weekend, but I tend to be luckier when I'm recording. So let's see what we get. We got a Krogunk. That is new for us. We got Snover, Frost Rotom. We got the Yan Mega EX, which we don't have, so that's nice. And then a Luxray. I actually raised a Luxray in Pokemon Sleep the other night. I heard that the Yanma EX is a good deck to play. I only have 1, so looks like I'll just need to grab another one. And then I don't know what the other cards are, so to be honest, I don't know if the cards I've collected so far can be used to build a deck, so I might just have to rely on cards of the previous expansions. But we got the Wash Rotom, we got the Togepi, it wants a Upsies, we got a Wormadam, we got Cyrus, and we got a Blossom. So nothing for the Palkia pack, but we will see when the 3rd pack is available what we will get. Alright, so pack number 3 is available for us to open. Let's open it up, let's see what we get. Let's hope for something good. And we've got Wormadam, Gabite, Rhyhorn, Oddish, and a Hippowdon. So nothing good today. I want to show you guys what I pulled during the weekend. So this is the Palkia pack. But we've got a Wormadam, Apom, Staraptor, Oddish, and then we got the full art Manaphy. And I was so happy with this card. It's so cute. I love cute cards. They're my favorite. And I'm just showing it off there. And here is what the Manaphy card looks like in our binder. I created a binder to show you guys what the connected artwork looks like. So if you take a look at the card itself, you'll see that there's Pokemon on all 4 corners. So we got the Staravia up here, we got the Buizel over here, we got the Leminion on the bottom left, and then on the bottom right, we got the cutest pair of Shallows. And you see that Manaphy is in each one of their cards. And then in Manaphy's card, you'll see that they're in their respective corners. nice as well. And I just love when cute cards like this connect. It's just such a beautiful touch and another way to enjoy your cards. But that about does it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the little story that I gave you guys about the Piplup and Dawn Diamond and Pearl animation in the games. Have you guys played Diamond and Pearl? Do you guys remember doing the coordination competitions, and did you enjoy it? That was one of my favorite mechanics of the game. That and the underground base. That was so much fun when you build your camp bases and you can collect fossils and like polish your badges too. That was another fun thing. I think maybe they still do badge polishing. I'm not too sure. I forget. But yeah, I hope you were entertained. I hope you learned something new from today's video. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please consider giving it a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it every time you do. Join us in the Discord if you're looking for people to trade with. So until then, good luck on your battles, good luck on your pulls, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.